So welcome back to my Outerloper run. So we slept during the night. I woke up, it's only just starting to become the early part of the morning. We're going to leave today, but we need to wait for the day to get a little bit warmer. I mean, looking through my clothes, and the combat pants are low, and the ski jacket's low. I mean, I really should swap these around for a while, but it will make this take a real hit. And it's definitely better in all regards in terms of windproof. It just means the Mackinac will get the battering for a while. But I actually think I need to try and repair these. I mean, these are only a one cloth repair, but these are useless now anyway. I mean, they're 0 degrees, they're almost ruined anyway. I'm not going to repair these socks. I'd make do with just being in the boots for a while, and hopefully we find some more socks, but I need to tear down those, and I need to tear down this ragged toque. So I think that's the first thing I'm going to do, is try and tear down these socks. And I mean, now we have 4 pieces of cloth, and I'm definitely going to try and invest one piece. If I get this up, that'll be an extra degree of warmth, and that'll actually help with the wind and everything as well. So I'm going to try and roll the dice on a repair on the worn combat pants. Here we go. Oh, yes. So they're up to 82%. An extra 0.6 degrees. An extra 0.1 of wind. I thought we'd get a little bit better than that. I'm going to tear down this toque. Always leaves you in a bad feeling, like tearing down your hats. For so long you couldn't make a hat, so hats were so precious. So, you know, I should still have 4 pieces. Our bedroll's doing okay. And if I can repair this ski jacket, I think that will help quite a lot. I mean, everything else is getting a bit of battering from being out in the weather, so this one feels like a real big dice roll. All our other needs are being met. I think we try it. Oh, that cut us a pretty big break. We just hit 12 degrees there, that's great. So we managed to spend 3 pieces of cloth and get 2 successful repairs, so I'm pretty happy about that. Now that one's a slightly better wind. Not as good water, but I think I'm going to swap those back around again, just for the wind proof. Yeah, that seems like a decent thing. And now, don't really want to spend those others just yet. They're slightly below weight. Got about almost a kilo we can fit in. Everything else really does need to come with. We could maybe afford to drop a torch. We're probably not going to torch trouble. We don't have a live fire, so I'll probably drop those 2 torches and take some more fuel instead. So and that's a kilo for a fur. How much is a piece of coal? It's 0.3 of a kilo. We'd have just enough to get a warm fire going. Probably take 2 pieces of coal instead of the fur. Nothing else is cured. How are we off now for weight? Look, I'll just grab a little bit of water there. I've got plenty of food to eat outside. Okay, let's drop like 10 grams of water just to be below weight. Not yet, but when we eat, we will. we'll check the weather anyway. Definitely got the bedroll. Pretty happy about those successful repairs. Like, it's usually such a stress point for this mode. Okay, so it's, I mean, we're in the wind shade here and it's quite cold, so we're not going to go anywhere just yet. Didn't really need the food, but we'll stock up on it anyway. We'll grab all the rest just before we leave. There's not much productive we can do out there before we go. I might just duck inside and just sleep for another hour or two, and just hopefully the weather fines up a little bit. Try for 2 hours. Not encumbered anymore. We will need to pick up sticks as we go though, so hopefully the weather is favourable. I think that'll do for now. Eat our fill of the venison. Drop that piece and we'll get out of here. Our first, where we're going to try and stop is at the, there's a cave just around the corner from here, so we're not going far. Pretty cold though. Between 2 down arrows and 3 down arrows, depending. Okay. So I was thinking that there might be a snow shelter around the corner from here, and I could possibly pull it apart from cloth, but between that and the low blind, I mean, it's a pretty low chance that it's there. I think I'm going to give it a miss and not look that way. I'm just going to try and make it out of here sooner rather than later. Try and get through Mystery Lake as fast as possible so you guys don't have to watch me backtrack through that zone so much. And then we can make our way through the ravine to Coastal Highway. Just going to be a little bit on the lookout for a wolf. What is the temperature doing? Still minus 12. So void again. Oh well. Might as well make the most of it then.
Whew, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Just in case we need a longish fire out here in this little cave. Can't see a wolf around trying to make life difficult for us, so I think we're okay for the moment. Right, hoping for some matches in here, that would be great if there is. No. Just some coal. Probably too heavy to really bring it with, but what is it here? 3 degrees. Not going to start a fire. Probably just pass time for an hour first. See how warm we get in an hour. Now we just might sleep for one more. The weather sounds like it's outside, not trying to do us any favours. Heard a wind pick up a little bit. But just trying to think if we still need to stop in at the cave at Trappers. If I left anything useful there, I probably did, so I think we need to go backtrack a little bit to that cave rather than go straight to the tower. Just looking ahead and trying to play the game of stump or wolf. And I think stump was the winner. I just thought I heard footsteps. There's cattails galore through here, but I'll just grab these 3. Don't make me regret this game. I actually don't. I actually need a couple of bits of tinder as well, so we're so heavy still. Did I pick up that added 2 kilos? Was it just literally just the food and all those sticks? I guess we're just going to have to make a break for it. Get the defensive gun out. Coming over this rise. So what I'm slightly hoping is that I think I'm about 1.5 to 2 days into the 3 days of the well-fed buff. So I'm hoping that picks up by the time we get to hopefully we don't don't lose being well fed between now and then, but hopefully I keep the current feeding regime up, and by the time we make it to the tower, hopefully we've got a well fed buff. And because there's a bunch of things I want to pick up there and at the ravine that are craftable things, or crafting things, to take to take at least to the cave between Coastal Highway and Pleasant Valley. I think there's a table in that, in a little cave that joins them. And what I'm hoping is that I could begin to either craft maybe deer pants, or rabbit mittens, just some other things to help with the warmth. The world is really going to start to come in super cold.
Too cold.
And we're closing in on day 20, I think around between day 20 and day 30. That's where the world is going to be freezing cold for most of it. I mean, it's already seeming quite cold to us, but I mean, we've got okay gear, but not the greatest. Definitely check these. Alright, so for the 1,000,000th time this series, this run, we are walking this path back to the cave at Trappers. It is a little bit the downside of the Outerloper play mode, is because you can't just go into indoor buildings, you just have to keep backtracking so often to just go to the same few places over and over. This is reasonably out of the way too, but we use this as a bit of a thoroughfare through point to get our gear. In my previous Outerloper run, I spent a lot of time actually. I'd make several trips between this cave and Milton through the rope climb, just bringing gear backwards and forwards, between taking stuff for crafting and bringing stuff back. There was, a fair bit of backtracking going on. And the big hit that hits you on really is the calories, because you start to really deplete the areas between, and you eaten all the things, found all the loot. Okay. If the weather holds for us enough though, we'll just be in here long enough to pick up our gear, get warm, figure out our next move, and then hopefully move to the lookout tower. Sounds like weather crows, indicating it's about to get a lot better or a lot worse, I think. Alright, let's duck in here and see what we have. Cured gut, cured deer, cured birch. We did bring our green maple. 46% cured. I'm trying to bring that along because it's, about trying to be able to get a second bow going sooner rather than later. Banged up dog food. 38%, it's probably not too bad. Field dressing kill. Survive the outdoors. Let me have a look at what our skills are. Field dressing. So we would get carcass, if we read that book, that would push us over carcass harvesting quite well. A Frozen Angler is quite a light book, I think, isn't it? No, it's still half a kilo. That field dressing is a 10-hour. Probably can't really throw it at that, and that's a 5-hour. And I think we still have more of these at the tower as well. I really don't think we're going to have the weight to be able to deal with that. I'm still not even sure what we can really drop. I mean, it's so full of food. With no extra clothes. And we're carrying a little bit of extra weight in these things. These are almost useless. I'll keep one as a real emergency backup. The tools really do start to add up. Well, pretty sure we tore down a pot. I was about to leave a pot and realised that we'd actually torn down the other one and used it for repairs. I'll drop 10 sticks. That went a large way towards it, but we're about to pick up deer hide, cured gut, and cured rabbit pelts for certain. I'm actually going to drop one of those. 6 replacement arrows. So it's 31. 30. We can get there a little bit heavy. I don't mind that. Now the real gamble is eating this. Whether we have to stay here tonight to work off food poisoning, or we go to the tower as soon as we're warm. Yay. We'll drop the extra can. So that worked out okay. Are we carrying any craftable things that can be lighter? Not really. I really do want to bring most of these at least to the tower, and then we've got more decisions to make there. We might end up doing things like leaving the pry bar behind and just not opening lockers, but we also have a hacksaw to pick up there, I believe. We might just have to end up dropping a bunch more fuel there and making our way to the ravine with less. Alright, so probably just sleep for 1 hour just to get warm, and hopefully the weather outside is fine, and then we'll make our way. Okay, still a bit of daylight left. Okay.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
It's windy, but it's going in our direction. Not holding a decoy. deer ahead, so that means there's no bear right there, which is good. At this point of the game, if we were doing regular Outerloper, we'd probably be here homesteading for a while, making use of all of the resources, like the all of the deer, and the rabbits, waiting for a bear to show up. Just going to duck up this ridge instead of the other side. Here are a few wolves out there in the distance, howling along. Maybe I should have gone the other side of that ridge. Here's a bit of a choke point. I'm just trying to cut a shortcut through to the tower rather than going the long way along the tracks, but obviously you end up then taking some chances. There's a rabbit ahead at least. Come on, rabbit, you know what to do. Go ahead. Run ahead. Whatever. Can be a little bit of a wolf area, this. Just checking, did I... Yeah, I did bring the green maple. I thought I might have put it on the ground for a second, but... apparently we're all good.
Oh, sure, I'm getting cold.
Looks like there's 2 maple here. I'm a little bit tempted. They're already heavy. They can spend their time curing up in the tower. Again, we might not be back, but who knows what happens with this run, how long we keep it going for, how much of the world we explore, and how much we need to come back and get other things done, like forge again. So we're nearly at the tower. Yeah, if we weren't needing to just check on resources we've left here, we'd probably almost just, you know, head straight to the ravine. But we've got to duck in here. We've got to check our stuff again, assess our weight, and push on. So once again, thanks to everyone who has been watching and commenting. Picked up a few new subscribers, and someone who has actually started following me, who I should have been following ages ago myself, but I wasn't. I only did that recently. Was someone who interacts with Turkey Steam all the time, Michael York. So I've just started following him as well, doing a bunch of Outerloper runs. There's a fair bit for me to catch up on there, so I'm running a little bit behind on that, but he's another guy who seems to know the game really, really well. Sprained ankle, of course. And been getting lots of really good advice from Pest. And Pest is someone whose videos I found a very long time ago and watched a bunch of them, and really helped me figure out how to do a lot of the game. Through Pest I found Turkey, and I don't think Pest has made a long duck video for a while, but you know, his knowledge of the game is really good, and I think, you know, if you haven't already checked out his stuff, I'm not sure how the name works out, but it's Pest and then some numbers on the end of it. Okay, so I think what we might do is actually stay here tonight, try and read that book, but if it gets dark we won't be able to. I think while we have calories, because I don't think we can afford to bring these with us, we're going to have so much other stuff, so I think I at least need to read one of these books. I was hoping to push onto the ravine in this episode, but I just think, which one? I'll leave that one with me. Oh no, if I'm going to stay here tonight I'll drop that overnight, but I might separate that one out. Put it in front of the door. Will I remember if it's in front of the door? What else is going on with our weight? So I don't really have any. I do have another cured deer hide here, so I don't need to bring that. So that's two of them. There's some more in the ravine. 3 will be the pants. 2 will be the boots. It's 2.5 versus 2, but you know, our boots, I mean, we double our, we'd get twice as better boots, but we'd also get twice as better pants. I think the pants are probably what I'd aim for, but it'd be 12 hours, same, this is where that's the extra pieces. So that's what I'd be trying to do when we make it to our next crafting table. Yeah, I think instead of pushing on, I need to make use of the resources I've got here. So, currently to warm up, I'm going to read it for 1 hour. It's not healthy enough to focus on research. Sprained ankle? Can't read when you've got a sprained ankle? You got hypothermia risk? This seems not good. I don't remember that happening in the game before. I mean, is it just because this will go down in a minute or two, but is there something else I can do in the meantime while my sunlight's running out? Surely a sprained ankle doesn't stop me from reading. Can't remember if I've ever tried to read a book while I had a sprained ankle before. I mean, we could fix that, but I was kind of hoping to get 1 hour in before sunset tonight, and then another one, the rest of them in the morning while it's still cold. Let's just see if it thinks we can read now that hypothermia has gone away. That lives in there. Not healthy enough to focus on research. Drink the small one. Now we're going to run out of light, I know that. Well, I find that kind of bogus, that you can't read while you have a sprained ankle. It's not a deathly ailment, really. Let's see if it'll let us read another hour. If it thinks it's light enough in here. Obviously it's a full moon. Now it's too dark, right at the end of that hour. Great. We are really not very tired yet still. Alright, well, I might call it an episode here, and I'm just going to pass time for 1 hour in that bed, just to create a save point. Don't want to sleep because I don't want to get too tired, but we'll call it an episode here, and see you next time.